The cue is set, and they are coming.
Is it possible?
And I say, yes.
Ancient action figure prophecies foretold. So you do have to wonder. So you do have to ask yourself.
Is it indeed possible?
Can't wait for the debut episode of Season 2 of Ancient Action Figures coming this spring. But for right now, you have to ask yourself, is it possible that I'm getting a call? And could it be from an extraterrestrial? Let's pick it up, baby, and find out. Don't recognize this number. Hello? 13th Skull. I'm well, baby. Yes, I know that you're highly sought after. Many ancient action figure theorists are searching for the 13th Skull. I would agree with that. I would say more are searching for the Artisan, Dark Side Anakin. You don't say. Real leather, baby. Well, Skull. Real leather on the upcoming Artisan Anakin? Is it possible? And are we going to get it with a dark side version? And even before? Well, look. I've got spotchka. I've got tea. I've got coffee all over the darn floor because I spilled it all over the place. But I've got the wizard juice. And look at those constellations. All moving. Which ones point towards the information, the data on the Artisan Dark Side Anakin? Let's drink it down. Really? Let's dive into it. Right now. All right, and welcome everyone to another episode of The Market Show right here at the 6 Scale Cantina. I am the Dark Jedi Ares Tarrington. I am also an ancient action figure theorist. And you have to ask yourself, is it possible that this Dark Side Anakin version, an Artisan version, is going to come out even before the Artisan version of Anakin? That kind of happened with the DX33 Artisan Joker, if you remember. We got the Batman imposter version of that Joker before we even got the DX Artisan one. So, are they going to do the same thing, Hot Toys, when it comes to Anakin? We're going to get into that within this episode for sure. What's going on with Grievous? What's going on with this OT Stormtrooper and, that thing that he's riding there? And what about Maul? Are they all gone? Stay tuned for that. But I'm going to dive into first, baby. I'm going to dive into this. So, look, the Q. And listen, we're going to get more Qs for exclusive limited figures in 2025 than ever in the history of 6-scale collecting and Hot Toys. It's going to be insane. It's going to be a slobber knocker. We're going to be getting all kinds of crazy limited releases. Some of them just Artisan. Some of them Artisan with some sculpted. And some of them from such far reaches of the galaxy that we can't even fathom what they could be. But let me tell you, I may have some clues from the Wizard Juice, baby, on what they are. But starting off with this Winter Soldier, man, this Artisan edition. Look, and you could see this up on the screen right here. And the collector edition, just limited to 1,000 pieces. And the special edition, just limited to 2,000 pieces. It's kind of funny when you look at this. There's a few things I want to speak about here. Number one, the special edition comes with this awesome looking shield. Okay? With the weathering effect, which looks pretty darn nice. But it's not as limited as the one without the special feature. So you have to wonder, is the one with less actually worth more? And I say yes, because it has less. Okay, and less is more. In this case of collectability, it's really, really interesting. And they did the same darn thing with Scarlett Johansson and the Artisan Black Widow. Okay, they did the same thing when you had 4,000 limited on the special edition that came with the extra Thanos glove thingy there. And then you only had a couple of thousand, only 2,000 with the one that didn't come with it. And that's the one that I got, baby. So listen, a couple of questions I want to ask you here. And let's talk about it. Is the Q system fair? And I could tell you that I had it set to go onto the Q system, and I got stuck doing something at work, and I didn't even bother because I knew it was 10 minutes after 1 o'clock Eastern, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to make it on this particular figure. And for that reason, and for others, those that were waiting in the Q system, perhaps didn't draw a very favorable number in the queue, you have to wonder, is the Q system fair? And this is coming from somebody who kind of got, screwed out with the Q system quite a few times already. So is it fair? And I say, yes. Looking at it holistically, okay, and from the outside in, if we want collectability, if we want these figures to be able to stay liquid and not illiquid, if we're trying to move them, it's the price we have to pay. And that price that we have to pay is the price of collectability. Look, I'm all for buy what you love, buy what you really love, buy what you like. I just buy $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 pieces, and I don't care what the liquidity of it is and what the value of it is. I get it. I'm sure. I know that there's some collectors that are that way. But for the majority of collectors, nobody wants to continually spend $400, $500, $600, over $1,000 on these figures, and you can't move them. If you need to move them, if something happens within your life and you need money, look, there's a lot of collectors outside outside of collectors that are able to afford an enormous amount of figures. There's also a lot of collectors that try to get what they can. And those are the most collectors that are out there with this. And money's tight. Ask them how their wallets are doing. Ask them how they're doing with, paying their rent, their utilities, helping other family members out, putting gas in their tanks, maybe helping others in their family with putting gas in their tanks as well. Little money here for food, little money here for this, extra cash for that. It's rough times for a lot of people. But we still try to collect because collecting is enjoyable. It's not really a good practice, unless you got money to burn, to just buy pieces of this value and not care if you can't sell them. And not care if there's no value at all. So who really likes to spend $1,000? And you know that every time that you do, and I'm just saying this for argument's sake, every time that you spent $1,000, you're only going to get 50 back, or 100 back, or 200 back. And because first of all, it's just, there's no demand for it. Okay? Which is very interesting. There's no demand for something that you're spending that type of money for. Okay, so that's something to just consider. Okay? And if you have to move that piece, but there's not an audience where you can move that piece quickly to be able to get your money back or close to what you paid for it, or close to even semi-close to it, that's what you call an illiquid asset. Okay? That means you're going to have to sell it to move it for an extremely low price. And is it possible that that's what you've been seeing on eBay? What I've been showing you? Month after month after month after month, right here on the market show, with some of these figures in the secondary market. And I say, yes. Yes, it is. Is that something that is going to continue forever? Well, we would need a 24-hour show to discuss all of it. There's a lot of variables. Are more collectors going to be coming into this hobby? If so, I would say that the economy is going to move away from the volatile state that it's into an increased, increasing healthier state, which is going to change a lot of the variables that you're seeing right now within the secondary market, even within the primary market, where these figures go on pre-order, and collectibles go on pre-order in general, not just figures, because I'm talking everything collectible here in general. Okay? So, if those signs all kind of tie in together, it's kind of, the knee bone connects to the thigh bone connects to, go on and on and on. If it connects and makes sense, sure, that can happen. What if the economy gets worse? Or stays the way it's at? Are you going to be having more droves of collectors come swarming in? Are you going to see production on some of these figures like you're seeing here? Go from 2,000 and 1,000 to 1,000 and 500. Because a lot of times what's going to happen is the collectors that are going to be really hurt by this with the economy and with their finances, and particularly with their expendable income, even if they wind up even having any more, okay, if it goes that route, is going to be they're going to move out or take a pause. Can't afford it. It's not in the wallet, baby. Great. I wish I could have it. And then some other collectors that are still able to do it are probably going to have to budget. Okay? And they're going to be like, well, I can't get this one. I can't get that one, but I can get this one. And the more limited and the more rare they are, the more desirable they're going to be. The more people and collectors are going to, maneuver, certain finances and things within their collection to be able to get what they want because it's highly, highly desirable. But if it's not limited and it's not collectible, then it's not anything that you have to jump on and you have to buy. It'll always be there. It's always there. Don't have the money. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry can get it. Every Jane, Mary, and Sue can get it. It's available to everyone. There's no hunt involved. Why is hunt important? Well, not for every collector, or for some collector, the hunt is part of the it's part of the rush. It's part of the heart rate. It's probably like, I got that figure, man. That's pretty awesome, man. I feel so good. I was able to get this figure. I will tell you, and some of you are going to know what I'm talking about. And some of you will not know what I'm talking about, and those are you that just buy $1,000 figures and are able to buy hundreds of them, and it doesn't matter, which is fine because I have a collector friends like that. But for me, it does because I just don't have that kind of expendable income. But I thought about it all day about a week ago when my waitlist converted for the Artisan Dark Empire Luke Skywalker. It was pretty incredible. It was very, very incredible. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I thought I was going to have to go $700-800 on this figure in the secondary market, and to know that I was able to get it off Sideshow and be able to get it for the right price, plus I had points available on Sideshow, that kind of made my day. Why? Why did it make my day? Because it's like getting the Clone Wars Ahsoka that's still in stock. I had a waitlist to convert on the Mandalorian and Grogu. I didn't even look twice. Like, okay, get that anywhere. Get that anywhere. There's no real rush. There's no FOMO, and FOMO's not a bad thing. Sometimes we use that within collecting communities. FOMO, fear of missing out. We miss it. We misuse that word fear, like fear. There's going to be World War III. Fear. There's going to be an earthquake. Fear. I'm going to get sick. You're talking about a collectible, a toy. You could be like, oh wow, I got to rush. I got to rush. This figure's coming out. It's pretty cool. That's exciting. And if you don't have any call to action, if there's no yeah, whatever, what are we doing? And yeah, it gets aggravating. I've been collecting for years. And I'm pretty young, but I'm pretty old. So with a lot of people in this community, I've been collecting longer. I just have because I'm older. And yes, I come from very rich history of collecting. I had a pretty substantial vintage collection, not loose. I'm talking about minted box. I'm talking about minted sealed box. I'm talking about mint on card. Some pretty big stuff. Okay? There's a love of the rush. There's a love of that heart rate. There's the love of the hunt. I could care less about... Can we use Star Wars, for example? How many of you remember in the 90s? Okay, the orange card and then eventually the green card, Power of the Force Star Wars action figures. Nobody gives a crap about them. No one even gave a crap about them there. Why? Because you can get them anywhere. Everybody can get them. You can get them anywhere. Anyone you want. All the time. It's always there. There's no rush. No, it's always there. It's always there. It's always there. Kind of like McDonald's. And sometimes you want McDonald's, but I don't collect McDonald's. And honestly, it's cheap enough when I don't got to resell McDonald's. McDonald's isn't an $800 figure, baby. And I get it. I get it. Some of you are well off and you're able to get very high, expensive food, and I don't need the money back. I just want it because I enjoy it. That's great. But some collectors can't afford that expensive food, baby. Pause. Suck down more knowledge. Cheers. Stunningly delicious, baby. Look, I shoot it with you straight right here. I shoot it with you straight. That's why you tune in to 6 Scale Cantina. And look, these collectible companies, such as Hot Toys, okay, they know the drill. That's why these are collectible, because they know that that's what's going to... If the majority of the collectors didn't care about the hunt, if the majority of collectors didn't care about collectability, the majority of the collectors didn't care about exclusivity, and care about this kind of stuff, they wouldn't be buying it. If FOMO didn't matter, the hunt didn't matter, the concept of collecting in general, it had no consequence, they wouldn't be doing this. They're doing it because the data suggests not everyone, but the vast majority are going to go with this. And they give you ones where people don't care. Not with this one. They didn't give you a sculpted version, but many times they do. And they don't make it limited. And they say buy what you want when you want it. Whenever you want it. It'll be up for months. Sure, it'll hit the wait list in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months, whatever it is. Buy it. Next question I want to get into. How do we know these are limited? I see this all the time. This is probably the funniest question in collecting communities that I hear. We don't know. How do we know these are limited? Well, I'm gonna tell you how you know that they're limited, because it says right there on the freaking screen below my video thing that it's limited to 1,000 pieces. How do we know they're lying? How do we know they're lying? How do we know if they're lying? I don't even understand that question. Why do we even talk about that? That's like going to a restaurant. They say they're going to give you a bone-in ribeye. How do I know it's a real ribeye? How do I know that that's not made-up meat? Well, it's like going to a bar. Hey, give me a Michelob Ultra. How do I know that ain't a Sam Adams seasonal? Or you didn't make that Michelob Ultra in your backyard? Who's going to do that? It's like going to Walmart. Hey, we're going to buy these peanuts. How do we know it's really Planters peanuts? Maybe they put it in, it's really not Planters, it's, ABCs. Stop. Stop. These are legitimate companies and corporations that are doing business. Like, seriously, it's amazing to me. How do I know this is wizard juice? I just know, baby. You gotta love it here at the 6 scale Cantina. So listen, keeping on this theme now of what we're talking about. This is on the wait list. Okay? Collector edition, wait list. Special edition, wait list. And here's a non-artisan that is also on the wait list. Here we go, baby. So now, Darth Maul, whether it is the collector edition, okay? The collector edition now has hit the wait list. Breaking news, baby. And the special edition has been on the wait list. And with the speeder on the wait list. And the special edition with the speeder on the wait list. Okay, they're all on the big wait list. Why are these all on the wait list? This is Darth Maul from the Phantom Menace, a Sith Lord. A pretty iconic Sith Lord for a lot of Star Wars fans and collectors. And this is the absolute cream of the crop Darth Maul. This is the 2.0 of the DX16, DX17, and it's already on the wait list. Why? Because more and more announcements, but less production of those announcements, with more 2.0s and more variations. Could there be another variation of Darth Maul in whatever type of form you could think of where they're going to use some of this R&D for it? And I say, of course. Of course they're going to do it. Okay? I don't exactly know what that's going to be. Okay? But there's a whole road you could go down with Darth Maul. A whole road you could go down with Darth Maul. Could you say Spider Legs? Could you say other comics? Could you say What If? Okay? So, is this going to be the last Darth Maul? No. But this is it right now, baby. This is absolutely it. And as we were talking about the whole theme of this particular show, there's just not a whole lot of money out there to where more collectors are going to buy this. Okay? There's just not. And by the way, as we continue to go down this, you could see right here that the Clone Wars Darth Maul, thanks to all of those 30 and 35% discounts that Sideshow had for, gosh, it seemed like a couple of months during the holiday season. I don't remember exactly how long that was, but this has finally hit the wait list too. So it's going to be very interesting to see how all these Darth Mauls, play out. This one was up, gosh, it seemed like, in stock for just ever. Like so many of these figures, but this is your cream of the crop here. And it's gone in a heartbeat. All 4 editions. All 4 editions are just gone. And let's go to the original trilogy from now the prequel trilogy. And now the Sandtrooper Sergeant. Oh yeah, you call that thing the Do-Back. Yeah, the Do-Back. Original trilogy, A New Hope. Set of 2. This one for $705. $705 on the wait list. The Do-Back by itself on the wait list. The Do-Back Deluxe on the wait list. If you just want the Trooper on the wait list. Again, another one here where they're all on the wait list. Why are these on the wait list? Well, I'm going to give you another reason. Is it possible that basically every collector they could have squeezed out of this has been squeezed out and there's just no more in this economy? And I say, Mick, yes. Again, things start turning around, that the price of these figures are going to really, especially these right now over the last year, they're going to be insane in value. You talk about grailability, forget about collectability, baby. They're going to go all the way to Telboria, which is in a system called Hecto Centauri, which is really, 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 really probably outside of the galaxy you're seeing here. Waitlisted. Be interested to see what that goes for in the secondary market. You know, and here's an interesting thing here, ladies and gentlemen. Darth Sidious, my little green friend. We know that this has been gone, right? This has been gone for, I think, a couple of months, okay? And this is from what movie? I think we all know. The Revenge of the Sith, which we happen to be having a 20th anniversary of this year, but they gave us this last year. But you have to ask yourself, we also got this last year, which was kind of odd, was General Grievous. And again, is it possible that this is going to go also on a wait list right where this Darth Sidious did? Gosh, a couple of months ago. And honestly, they're both coming out basically near the same time, a few month differential. And I say, red alert, baby. How long did we wait for General Grievous? How long did we wait? How many banners did I put this on? 6 scale raw. How many banners? And what you gonna do when Ares brings back 6 scale raw? Oh, don't worry, my friends. I'm coming back. You will see me live. It'll be against some other content creator show because there wasn't a slot when I stopped. There won't be a slot when I return. But I'll do just fine because it's the Dark Jedi here. And I'll be back. Just got to pick the day that works for me. Anyway, stay tuned. Stay tuned, McBabies. But look how long we were clamoring for that. And for Darth Sidious. And Darth Sidious is gone. I mean, how many times would I put this on there? Good. Well, good's gone, baby. It's on the frickin' wait list. And so is this General Kenobi. General Kenobi! Yeah, General Kenobi is going to be gone too. We waited how frickin' long? But don't worry. We'll have a Clone Wars edition. Or a What If edition. Or a Behind the Scenes edition. Or a memoir edition of General Grievous. They could give us, give me 6 more. The same thing with this. Darth Sidious. Maybe they could give us a rooted hair version. Yeah, an artisan version of Darth Sidious. What do you think? Limited to just 2,000 pieces. I want you to think about that. Okay? Now this isn't in my crystal ball power rankings, but look, when you suck down wizard juice, baby, this is the kind of stuff that comes in your head. But you have to wonder, when he's doing that part where, Anakin's on his knees, I'll do anything, blah, 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 blah. And he sits there and his hood isn't up like this yet. And he looks right at him. He's like, good. And he has the hair. How many of you would buy it? Listen, I take the sculpted version and I put it on the bottom shelf and I buy the artisan one. Or I just buy it and keep it next to it, baby. Aries, they won't do it. They won't do it. They're coming out with everything else. They sure as heck could. Remember, you heard it right here with the Wizard Juice at the 6 scale cantina. That an absolute shocker, a stunner, that'll be on this content creator show and that content creator show, and a panel of 83 people talking about why did Hot Toys put out an Artisan Darth Sidious. But if I could care less why, I would take it all day, baby, because I would put that Artisan Anakin on his knee with the Artisan freaking Darth Sidious right here. Are you feeling me? Are you starting to get your heart pumping? Will you enter the Q system? They're otherworldly beings coming from distant stars and other dimensions in 2025 to make sure that they acquire all of these figures from the Q. Whew! You think you need me to go live? You need me to spill the coffee? Because you know what they call me, baby. Something about the wizard. Something about the wizard. Oh, wow. Artisan, Darth, Sidious. Come on. Come on. Speaking of artisans, sold just, 5 days ago? In a kind of a beat-up box already, and from the U.S., with an outstanding seller, with 214 feedback, and, wait for it, oh, 100% positive. I was going to cough when I say it. 840 McDollars. 840 bucks. Not including taxes. Wonder what taxes are in Telboria. I'll have to ask the 13th skull. $840. No best offer. I need a best offer. I got to move this. This is the opposite of a liquid, baby. This is, I need it. And I'll buy it for $840. Another one. This one sold the week before. $875. Also from the U.S. with a seller from 631 feedback. And all 100% positive. Also from the U.S. So this isn't even coming from Hong Kong, ladies and gentlemen. The last two that I showed you are, see the letter R in your brain, U. See the letter U in your brain. Kidding me? Are you kidding me? That is a 6 scale Cantina slogan. Just like is it possible, baby. Just like is it possible. How about that DX 33 Dark Knight Trilogy Artisan Joker? Look, another outstanding seller with 3,702 feedback. Okay. 8 of them at $865. What? 8 of them. 8 of them. 8 of them at $865. Are you kidding me? I mean, wow. And here's another one from another outstanding seller with 54 feedback, all 100% positive. And this one has 8 of them sold. And this one at $860.47, is in 2 carts. It's in 2 carts. It's sitting in 2 carts. And you have to wonder, is the last one going to sell? And I say, yes. You can't even get either of these on Toys Buying Agent. The limited. That's crazy. Again, they're limited. Unlike this. Sold on January 26th, which is not limited. 31 bids. This used to go for so high, and now just $231.50. So I think this has made it out of the Grail territory. Great seller. 2007 feedback. All 100% positive. I mean, why? Why is this not fetching? Well, because you got, no matter what version of Superman it is, and if you go to the Batman vs. Superman one, it's just inferior in every single way to the in-art Superman. Okay? It just is. And that's what happens, whether it's an in-art figure or a Hot Toys figure. When the new and latest and greatest comes out, that's what's happening. Okay? And this is the last item available. And you can see here, 3 sold. Last one is $439.99. You rather have this, or would you rather have the Hot Toys one? I'd rather have the Hot Toys one. And this is what, I mean the in-art one. And most in the secondary market, not everyone, okay, are going to want the more superior version of this particular figure, okay? And the same thing's happening vice versa. So, hey, so pulling this up on the screen, here's your, well, I mean, it used to move. So another seller, 100% positive feedback. Best offer, $720 for a rooted hair deluxe in-art Joker. Why not more? Well, because a more superior version has come out. Again, just like some collectors are going to think the Hot Toys Henry Cavill Superman is superior to in-art. I don't think it is. In-art has the best one. Some are going to believe that. They're fine. They're going to buy it. This is the same thing here. Many collectors are moving to the now new superior Heath Ledger Joker, which is now in Hot Toys column again. And then you're seeing these figures that were going well over $1,000, needing best offers and latest and greatest, baby. Latest and greatest. And, what about figures that are just sitting in stock? Figures like this. Look, this is Darth Revan. How long have we waited for a Darth Revan? And again, no bids. There wasn't much demand. And it's on Waitlist. Is it possible because everyone who was going to get it got it? And whoever didn't get it, whether it's because they don't have the money, because they're not in it right now, it just isn't there, which is part of the reason why a lot of collectible companies are limiting their production, because they're seeing the evidence right here. And that's what's going on. It could be a Dark Lord of the Sith. Okay? Or it can be an Avenger. Okay? And this one's not showing up here, but this is the right one. MMS 671, Black Panther. That's the newest Black Panther. And just sold, according to my data, okay, for $211. Nothing wrong with it. Not able to pull it up right now, but why? Same thing. Is it possible that everyone that get it got it? And forget about ones that are still in stock like this. Everybody's trying to get it at a bargain. Here's Lando. 35 bids for a Hot Toy Billy D. Williams Lando Calrissian. $125.30. Sold. Pause. Chew on that, baby. Here's a DX7. Speaking of Darth Maul. Oh, no, I can't pull that one up either. Got the wrong one. But that one only went for 200 and... Let's see, which one was that one? DX 17 with the speeder bike, $218. Let's look at some oldies and goodies. This one just sold on Sunday, January 19th. For $445, the original Christopher Reeve Superman. 19 bids. Outstanding seller. 277 feedback and all 100% positive. Not including $30 in shipping. That's $475, not including taxes. Over $500 for this grail. But you have to ask yourself, is Hot Toys about to 2.0 this and give us some artisan treatment? And I say, I sure as heck know that they are. This one's coming from, InArt's going to give you one. Hot Toys is going to give you one. We'll see which one is the best one, baby. How are some of these other older ones selling? Here's one that just from, a week and a half ago, I guess. A couple weeks ago. Again, this DX08 original 1989 Joker. $540 with 29 McBids. 561 feedback from this seller. And all 100% positive. So, when we go to 6scalecantina.com, and if you don't have 6scalecantina.com bookmarked, go ahead and do so. It's really, really cool. It has a lot of stuff about the channel up here. A lot of the latest videos, recent YouTube channel video podcasts you get up here. You got a lot of cool things. Like these 6-scale market power rankings that have been updated for the week, this week. That started here Sunday, January 26th. So this is updated for this whole week right now. And you can see the current power rankings right here. And not much of a movement. Pretty status quo right now. What you're seeing up here. You do see at number 6 that Jack Nicholson 89 Joker sitting strong at number 6. At number 1 right now, the most highest sought out after figure in the market right now is this DX 39 AE Artisan Jack Sparrow, and really kind of equally right with it is obviously this DX33 Artisan Joker. I mean, both of these figures are just absolutely absolutely stunning and amazing. And I really believe that for me, the greatest figure of all time right now is this Heath Ledger DX 33 Joker with that Jack Sparrow at a very, very close second. And you're seeing some of the images right here. And also next to number 3, this absolutely insane Artisan prototype, if you will, WB100 Wonder Woman, limited to 1,500 pieces and goes consistently for between $1,000 and $1,500, and in some cases more than that. And then you're seeing right here too this absolutely incredible Ian McKellen Gandalf by InArt, and you're seeing all of these together. Including Aragorn still holding at number 12, which is just absolutely one of the highlights. Having Viggo Mortensen like this in my collection, I can't even tell you how much this means to me. Having him right next to Ian McKellen, and I absolutely can't wait to get Orlando Bloom and Legolas later this year from InArt, and I will be getting that. But you're seeing it right here. These figures, go check it out at 6scalecantina.com. Your top 20 power rankings. These are market power rankings, not, which figure is the best, which is better than what. It's more about this is telling you what figure right now, what figures are the most, generating the most demand in the secondary market at the moment. And these will never contain ones that are on pre-order and not out, because they're not out in the secondary market, so you don't know until they're out there. But these are the ones right now, baby. And then the other cool thing here is you can go to your Crystal Ball power rankings, which has now moved to 40, and a lot of that is the help from you out there. So don't forget to vote. And there's been a big shift. Look at some of these right now, because a lot of you are casting your votes and saying which ones you think, are going to be coming out first from Hot Toys. Still at number 1, and I will tell you it's by a long shot, is the Dark Side Anakin. I think a lot of collectors are feeling they're going to do that. But you look at some of these shifts here. And you see a brand new edition. You see a lot of brand new editions, and a lot of that is from your vote. So not only can you vote, so all 40 that you see on here, you can vote. So you go to 6scalecantina.com, and you just scroll down, and even the latest editions are on here, and you can vote which one you think is going to be coming out, and maneuver by Hot Toys first, and in what order, and you can help shift these power rankings. You're part of the help there. And if there's a character you think that is going to be coming out from either Hot Toys or InArt, just go to the left side of this baby. You can see right here. You could put in your name, your email, and your prediction, and your most wanted non-produced 6 scale figure. And if it makes sense, I will put it in. And you can see here, new one this week. A Hot Toys 2.0 Artisan of the Batman vs. Superman. Henry Cavill. And you have to wonder, the person that voted this in, do they call him the Wizard? And I say, yes. Look, I think it's going to come Artisan, and I think it's going to come from Hot Toys. I really do. I really do. But this is some list here when you look at this. And check out all of that absolute glory. And look, if you like what I do here with sixscalecantina.com, and you like all the data that I provide here on these shows, and you love a lot of the production that I do with these intros, these outros, working on the second season of Ancient Action Figures, you just may want to consider becoming a channel member. And this is a brand new, and I had to get some footage on this baby. So this is going to be coming out here within the next couple of days. I know a lot of members have been waiting for this one. And if you want to join the channel and become an official Six Scale Cantina Ancient Action Figure theorist, I appreciate your support. And if you're looking to support me and all that I do here, the best way to do that is by going ahead and joining the channel with a membership. It's only $3.99, baby. I haven't even increased it. You know, it's been that way, you know, through COVID, all this stuff. Okay, it's just it. And this DX26 Obi-Wan Kenobi, those are my pictures right there. And if you watch a lot of my other reviews, and you watch the public one I just put out of the Jack Sparrow, you know you're in for a big treat here with checking out my DX26. And that'll be coming out this week. And you can see this exclusively, as well as not only that, but, you know, when you go to the homepage here, you could see, you'll be able to check out my very, very recent review, only available to Six Scale Cantina Ancient Action Figure theorists, of the MMS 700 Darth Vader. And, of course, you know, in December, this Joker, this Artisan Joker, absolutely incredible. You get to see that, everything else, as a channel member as well. I do appreciate your support. You just go to the little join button, see everything that it comes with on the channel. If you think you could benefit from it, I do appreciate it. Or you can go right to sixscalecantina.com. It says here support SSC, which is Six Scale Cantina. And you can go right here, and you can see, listen, right here, it's just $3.99 per month. You can go right there, baby. And I do appreciate your support, and I look forward to seeing your feedback on that release right there, for sure. Yeah, because I absolutely that figure. I'm so happy I got that DX26. I can't even tell you. Can't even tell you. But real quick, let's count down the Crystal Ball Power Rankings. And we're going to count it from, even though you see it right here, we'll count it from the latest edition. So Batman vs. Superman Artisan 2.0 from Hot Toys, is it possible? You tell me. Baze Valbus, would they give it the Artisan treatment and put this figure out? You have to wonder. All right, and then next up, we've got a Sandtrooper Luke. Wouldn't it be funny if this is the next one that they put out, baby? That would mean a farm boy has got to be super close. Brandon Lee, The Crow. 2.0. You have to wonder. And of course, General Veers here on the list. If you think they're going to come out with Veers, go ahead and vote. Come on, baby. John Wick Artisan. Do you really have to wonder? Are you craving? Are you craving? Look, you see what they've been coming out with? And I say, yes. Oh, controversial. Will they do it? Even though she's up, being used, the Gina Carano likeness, right on StarWars.com. Still don't think it's possible? With money, all things are, baby. My favorite. Don't forget to send me messages when Hot Toys officially puts this out. Could we get this Bail Organa, baby, in Artisan? I would just lose it. My most desired figure ever of all time. Leia, Bounty Hunter Boosh Disguise. Luke Skywalker Bespin. Would they give us a 2.0 already with Artisan or an Artisan version of it? Ooh, you know they're coming out with Bo-Katan. I'm sure they're fixing that hair. They've already teased it. They're coming out with every version of the Emperor. And I absolutely believe, even though this year is only the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens, sometimes Hot Toys makes no sense. I believe we're going to get this year. Captain Marvel, I believe we're going to get that this year. They're giving us a lot of the Marvel characters. Captain Marvel was big time. For the Avengers, for Infinity War, for Endgame. Limited, absolutely coming. Asajj Ventress, absolutely coming. I'd love to get a Mythos style one like they're giving us with that battle damage Vader. We already got Wolf, so that came. Come on. Luke Hoth, cast your vote. Ra's al Ghul, again, I say this every time. We've already got 2 Banes. We've already got how many Jokers? Can we get a villain from the first movie, please, of the Noah trilogy? A lot of people think Rey's coming. Artisan Rey. Artisan Jyn Erso. Are you kidding me? Artisan Han Solo. I've just almost fainted. Can you even imagine this one as an Artisan? Luke in the Snowspeeder pilot outfit, and it looks like this. And they only give you 3,000. Can you even imagine that, Q? I don't even know if Dr. Wonder would be able to get this one. Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars. Oh, gosh. Attack of the Clones, not Clone Wars. Gosh. Lego my ego, because Lego already put this out. Is Hot Toys going to follow suit? And I say, Mick, yes. Thor. Can't wait for that Loki. Can't wait for the brother. Oh, come on. I got my Christopher Reeve Superman behind me. I love it. Original. Goes for a lot of money. Can you imagine an Artisan of this? Kylo Artisan? Oh. We talked about this last week. I feel like we're due for Christian Bale and Robert Downey Jr. Iron Mans. They're going to Artisan these. This is just the beginning. If this is not, ladies and gentlemen, if this is not, you talk about Batman imposter version of the Joker for the DX33. You talk about Mandalorian disguise Obi-Wan from the General Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars. 1,000% they're going to give you the Mandalorian Luke with the Dark Empire Luke. We know what time it is. It's time for more Iron Mans. Oh, yes. Jason Momoa. Aquaman. This would be sick. I don't like the other ones. They're good. We need a new one anyway. Yeah, Luke Jedi. This is really going up in the round. A lot of people think they're going to do Return of the Jedi Luke, and I absolutely believe it. This one's really moving up. The Queen Amidala. Queen Amidala Artisan. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense because the 20th anniversary of the Phantom Menace was last year, so I feel like this is the right time for them to do it is this year, like they did with the Han. This is really moving up, and I think a lot of collectors are starting to read between the lines and follow the breadcrumbs. You just spent R&D with Oscar Isaac likeness on an Artisan Moon Knight, and this is a big reason because you can use a lot of the R&D from the Snowspeeder Pilot Luke, and you could give us a Snowspeeder Pilot Luke head with kind of some of this work on these materials. I think they're both coming, baby. This may come out tomorrow. As always, Aldana. Gamora, let's go. This is really moving up. They teased this. I think we're going to get sculpted an Artisan on this one. I really, really do. I'm very curious for how they do this one. We're going to get a lot of Artisan Leias. I'm curious on this one how they're going to do it. I think they're going to do it in three different ways. So if you look at the Jack Sparrow, let me tell you, I think you're going to do it. And they're going to have three different versions of her. I think you're going to have a total. I'm going to blow this up a little bit here. I really believe the back of her hair there is wool rooted hair. And the front may be sculpted. I can't really tell. But, you know, when you look at the DX39 AE Jack Sparrow, and I'm looking at him right here, hey Jack, you may get a version where you have some wool hair on the back with her ponytail there, and then sculpted front. One that's completely wool-rooted hair, and then another one that's completely all sculpted. I could see three different variations of this when they go ahead and put this out. As a matter of fact, I'm calling it right now. That's how I think they're going to do this layer. You're going to get three different versions. Okay? One with partial rooted like the Jack Sparrow, one with all rooted, one with all sculpted. That's what I'm saying. This is really going up. A lot of people are going with Dark Side Ray. I would actually, you know, surprising. You think the regular Ray, and then they do this as, you know, a different version. But they could do the Dark Side Ray and make the regular Ray an alternate version. It doesn't have to be one before the other. So I see this. I really, really do. This is really moving up. A lot of people are going with Gila. And honestly, I'll be honest with you, whether it's Thor or Gila that got Loki, you're going to get all three of them. Yes. Come on. They've 2.0'd everything. I mean, they're 2.0ing everything. Everything's getting 2.0'd. I mean, all these DXs. Yes. And number one. Number one. And if they come out with this, I'm going to get them both. I'm still getting the Artisan one that's not Dark Side, and this one. That's it. 6scalecantina.com. Don't forget, you can also check out this pretty cool section. Ancient Action Figures Season 2. All the latest information. You see the whole cast right here. And this is going to get updated here this week as well. So, yeah, baby. Fun episode. And fun times. Remember, I've ran out of wizard juice. Let's see if I can suck any more down. A little bit left. A little bit left. Wait, let me take a little more. Do I see Vice Admiral Holdo? Is this the right wizard juice? I don't always run out of wizard juice, but when I do it right here at the 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.